And we'd like to apologize for any technical problems we had leading up to the start of our match tonight between the Redmond Mustangs and the Snohomish Panthers on STSPN.com. We bring you the action now live, and we'll be able to also have it archived for you. I'm Mark Aucutt with Greg Sampadian, and our producer and cameraman director is Todd Elvig here at Snohomish High School. Snohomish and Redmond. Redmond leads after the first set, 1-0. They won the first set 25-18. Their biggest lead, 7 points, which they had early on at 11-4. They rebuilt it at the very end to win it 25-18. So thanks for being with us. We thank our sponsors, Champion Security Solutions, Action Jackson Plumbing, McDaniel's Do-It Center, and Fred's Rivertown Ale House for sponsoring STSPN broadcasts throughout the season in all kinds of sports. We've done a couple of soccer games already. We have done a football game. We've also got more volleyball coming your way, basketball through the year. It's going to be a lot of fun. So Redmond switches sides. They are now to our left, and that would be at the north end of the building. And the first serve is carried through for, looks like it's going to be a short rally. And it'll be last touch by the Snohomish Panthers for a Redmond point.
Allison Ford with a nice serve on that to kick off the second game. She's ready to get Redmond going tonight.
Serving for Redmond will be Ford, who has had a couple of shots at it. She had a great run in that first set, reeling off a number of points on the serve. Last time on her first serve, she put it into the net. Panthers in the black uniforms with the red numbers and letters and white trim. Panthers good strong up front. Double. And on the back line, they come up with the kill.
Nice play right there.
Getting that over on the right side was Grace Raper. 1-1 is our score as we are tied for the first time here in this set. In the first set, they were tied twice. It was 4-4 and 3-3. Panthers to serve. It's so fun to watch how they set up, Greg. You get that dig, set, kill attempt, and then sometimes you got to be ready to go with the whole cycle once again. We have a net violation that's going to go against the Panthers, and it is 2-1. Redmond on top, taking the lead.
Very tough sport to officiate, Mark. Sometimes this calls, I look at the calls, and I'm like, sometimes the double hits and everything, it's sometimes really difficult to see that.
Yeah, well, they're trying to be on top of the action, and sometimes it's stuff we just don't pick up from a little bit away. That's Margaret Thunsell coming through with the kill to tie it up 2-2. Now serving will be the Snohomish Panther. That's Grace Raper. That one's in the air. Well, again, Elise Pettit, who's just been off to a great start tonight, the 2015 Kinko MVP, nailing it, and that makes it 3-2.
Both these teams are very athletic, Mark. It's like we had talked about during soccer. If you walked in, you would think these are some college teams playing.
Long serve, that's an ace. Getting the job done for the Redmond Mustangs is Macy Trussell. 4-2, they're up by the 2-point margin. And Snohomish got off to a 3-1 start in that first set, and then Redmond came right back on them, made it 4-3, then it was 4-4, and then Redmond went on a 7-0 run. Strong on the left side over there as Redmond builds it up to a 5-2 lead. First 4 games, if we go that far, go to 25 points. The final set goes to 15. Redmond looking like they want to get out of here in 3 sets with the big win in the first set, and then how it's starting to go right now. Another ball into the net, that's 6-2. And I know the head coach for the Panthers, Alex Tarrant, will not let it go too long before he takes a timeout.
Yes, they need to stop these runs by Redmond just to stay in the match and battle back.
Off the left side again, that is Elise Pettit. She's got, looks like about 13 kills right now.
I know it's early, but we got to start thinking about that player of the match, and she's doing a great job so far.
I think she's definitely set an excellent tone, but there's been some good team effort and blocking by a number of the Redmond players, but Pettit really stands out. And she's going to Dartmouth, so she'll be playing Ivy League Division I volleyball at Dartmouth. Ball out of bounds. Another point for the Redmond Mustangs.
Believe it or not, I know the head coach at Dartmouth. He was at the University of San Francisco and just took that position this year.
Tell us about him. Who is he?
His name's Gilad Doran. He was the head coach at USF for about 8 or 9 years, I think. Had a great record there. Took the team to the WCC tournament a few times, but should be interesting to see how she does for him. He's a great coach.
Yeah. Well, MVP in the league last year. She's off to a good start this year. Official and the head coach for Snohomish talking something over down there courtside.
It's great to see these players play the game they love and continue on and play in college.
I absolutely love volleyball. It is really a great sport to announce and be involved in. Oops, flat-handed comes off the right side of the hand of Shelby Bowman, and Snohomish finally able to end that run by the Redmond Mustangs. So Redmond was on a 6-0 run, and it's now 8-3. They just switched hands no times in this match, but it's been tied twice.
Bethany McBrien with the serve.
That one fell short. I just keeping an eye on things. As up in the air that time was Roz Gilly, and Gilly put it into the net at the very end there. So 9-3 is the score. Redmond will get it back, and a substitution being made is Natalia Chambard will come in for the Mustangs, and Chambard will serve right off the bat. She is a 6-foot setter. I don't know. She doesn't look that tall, does she?
I think it might be a little typographical error. If you
I'm wondering about that.
Every player's list is 6 foot on their roster.
Yeah, everybody down the line is 6 foot tall, according
Except
to Redmond. And you know, I got to say it, that one is a kill for the Mustangs as it touches a Panthers player and goes out of bounds. 10-3 is the score, and Redmond up to their biggest lead of the match tonight, the game, and that would be 7 points.
Snohomish needs to put a stop to this right now in their opening night at home. Get a big side out right now.
Redmond keeping it alive. There's Pettit. Pettit finds the hole, gets the seam, and gets the point to make it 11-3. So that takes them to their biggest lead of either set at 8 points. And they continue to keep serve. They maintain serve. McDaniels Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington, right here. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years. We're proud to provide Snohomish, Monroe, Lake Stevens, Everett, and Snohomish County with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. www.mcdanielsdoitcenter.com is where you can find us online. We'll take a break. More coming up as Snohomish just took a timeout. Welcome back. We are live at Snohomish High School. Live here at Mark Aucutt along with Greg Sampadian. And Snohomish just picks up a point. 11-4 now. They got their work cut out for them.
They do. Hannah Wolf is going to try to get them right back in the match serving right now.
Too long. Service at 12-4. Panthers.
That's so frustrating,
Redmond,
Mark.
as Panthers will give it up.
So frustrating. You finally get the ball back and serve it out of bounds, Mark. They got to keep battling, though. Plenty of mats left to go.
That one really went out of bounds. It went back towards the girls' locker room in the hall out there here at this beautiful facility. I make no secret about the fact that I love coming to Snohomish High School to do games. That one's really set up nicely for Maya Holman, who just uses the two hands and her height, like everyone listed at 6 feet tall, I think she might be an inch over that and gets it done for a 13-4 lead. That's the biggest lead now of this evening for the Redmond Mustangs at 9 points. Pettit puts it into the net for a service error. 13-5.
Time to take advantage of this right now.
Fred's Rivertown Ale House is where you'd like to have some fun with friends. I know that. We know that. And I'm sure people have already done that many a times. Visit Fred's Rivertown Ale House at 1114 First Street in Snohomish. They have a lot of award-winning products there. That ball is deflected out of bounds. Great job by the Panthers to create that. And so Redmond issuing up a couple of points here in a row.
They're still battling. Let's see if they can get right back in this match.
Panthers ready to serve once again. Gilly. Redmond doing a really good job of handling those serves, Greg. They are ready and prepared to make it happen. That one in the net on the Redmond side. I like the resiliency the Panthers have as Redmond lapsing a little bit here, and Snohomish able to pick up 3 consecutive points. Got to keep that going.
Roz Gilly's done a great job serving so far, getting him right back in this.
Christine Liu will check in for the Redmond Mustangs. She is a senior, and there's no way she's 6 feet tall.
Yeah, that one I would definitely bet against.
Like we said, a little ball ago. Oh, look at the hand!
Oh.
Look at the hand! That's Margaret Thunsall with the right-handed tap and hook over the top of the net. 13-7. Here come the Panthers.
That got the crowd in the gym fired up.
And there's a number of people that made their way up from Redmond, too. Panthers again get it done. 2 up front on the right side for Snohomish. Coming through for them would be Margaret Thunsall and also Claire Turner. 13-9.
Roz Gilly with the run for the Panthers.
Keep in mind, it was 13-4, so the Panthers on a 5-0 run. Good serve, just over the top of the net. Panthers wisely keep it going. Oh, tough one right there. Excellent hustle by Natalie Stern. That looks like it's out of bounds, and it is.
Panthers are right there.
13-10. Look out, Snohomish right in this one. This is what we like to see.
Panthers on the attack, Mark.
Well, and at the very least, you just love to see it get close and competitive and not be just a one-sided affair, and Snohomish doing their best to keep it that way. See if they can keep this rolling. Good stretch of serving right there for Gilly. Oh, yeah! Again!
Nice.
Now, I'll tell you what, though. Snohomish was right up front in the crowd, and all of us kind of let out a groan because we thought that was going to be a Snohomish point, but it looks like the Panther player ran into the net for a net violation, which will make it 14-10.
They
have 13-11 on the scoreboard. And back for Redmond, they will have a server set to go. That is going to be Kathleen O'Brien, the senior.
Great run by Snohomish, though. They're right back in this match and showed their confidence coming back. They didn't let down at all.
Ace it's a one-touch ace. Coming up with that will be number 6, Kathleen O'Brien, her second ace of the match.
Nice serve by Redmond.
Redmond doing a good job up front that time. Couple of players making it happen. Macy Trussell and Sasha Haywood, a pair of seniors, make it 16-10. And again, Greg, being around sports and watching a lot of games. Good pancake on the serve that time. Snohomish delivering. That would be Flock. Panthers keeping it alive. Strong rally. Got to stay with it. Redmond, look out. You always got Pettit around there. And the Mustangs get it done. Macy Trussell slamming it for the kill, and it's going to be back to a 7-point lead. We have a timeout. Snohomish will take a timeout as well. This is STSPN.com covering Snohomish High School Volleyball. Stay with us.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
We are live at Snohomish High School on STSPN.com. Mark Aucutt, Greg Sampadian, and our director and producer, Todd Elvig, the CEO of STSPN.com. From the palatial STSPN studios is where he comes to do these fine events.
I saw the great STSPN flag flying proudly in the parking lot.
Yep. Wave that baby 12 times a month. Every month is STSPN flag waving month. And that one is going to be on the floor. It is a kill for Redmond, and they extend that lead, Greg. They won the first set 25-18. If you're just tuning in, they took a 1-0 lead. Redmond gets it for the serve, and that one's going way long, but long by 6 or 7 feet, and it's 18-11 as the Panthers get set to make a substitution. Into the match will be Allison Graham. Graham will replace Quera Turner. Graham is a sophomore, Turner a junior.
Let's see if she can get a little run going for Snohomish now. Get them right back in this like they did earlier.
Panthers with 4 sophomores on their roster. They show no freshmen. The Mustangs are a veteran team that you just can't let get too many opportunities or any opportunities. They're going to make it happen. Double hit on the Redmond side. That'll make it 18-12. We were at 18-12 in the first match. Redmond was on top. Snohomish closed the gap. That is just going to slide out of bounds. Service error, and it's 19-12. Remember, you have to win 3 out of 5. Each set has to be won by 2 points. Over time, we've seen some great ones get into the 30s. Have you ever seen one get into the 40s?
Never into the 40s, only
30s,
into the 30s.
Yeah.
Have you?
Not 40s. I've definitely seen 30s, and it is so incredibly exciting. That's the fun part of volleyball, amongst other things, is that every possession or every time they serve the ball, a point is on the line. So
exactly.
It really is an entertaining and still growing sport, big time. Nice one hand right there by Pettit on the back line. And that one is going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Redmond. And the Panthers will get the point, 19-13. Panthers, again, getting a little bit closer. Still have a ways to go, especially since Redmond only needs 6 points to win this one.
Natalie Stern's going to try to get them right back in this for the Panthers. Oh,
into the net. Double hit as well. 19-14. Panthers cutting it to a 5-point deficit. The most they've trailed in either set was in this set earlier. They were down by 9 points at 13-4. When they started to make a move. Good job by the Panthers up front. Watch out. There's Pettit. She covers a lot of ground. And she's one of those players you love to watch in the sense that she can play the front, the back, the side, you name it. There she is. Out of bounds.
Oh.
And that goes for the Panthers. Points Snohomish. Another one on the board. 19-15. Scratching and clawing.
Intense play right there.
Like Panthers do. Pettit, soft touch. Panthers going for the set and kill. Again, a lot of discipline. And in the net, it goes. Panthers pick up another point. They keep coming. Timeout, Redmond. Well, I'll tell you what, the fans here, some of them on their feet, cheering for the Snohomish Panthers at the home of Snohomish as they take a 19-16 lead into the timeout by Redmond. We'll take a timeout too. This is STSPN.com.
VideoFide creates the ultimate outdoor protection system on batteries. The OMV is a totally wireless detector camera that can be installed anywhere without wires or power cables. When the motion sensor detects an intruder, the OMV sends video alerts of what caused the alarm to a central station for immediate review and dispatch. VideoFi delivers faster police response and protects remote assets by helping law enforcement catch the bad guy.
We really appreciate you being with us here on STSPN.com. And if you like what you are seeing, please tell your athletic directors how much you appreciate our coverage of high school sports. We cover just as much women's sports or girls' sports as we do boys' sports. And we're proud to do that. We are Title IX City. We make sure it's covered very well. Let your AD know how much you appreciate STSPN.com. Redmond needing to get a point there because Snohomish has been coming back from that 8-point deficit when they were down 18-10, and they had just outscored Redmond by a tally of 6-1. So now it's 20-16. Now Snohomish, Greg, has to dig in defensively. They've had a nice run going. Oh, they get it down there. She almost fanned on it, but getting it with the left hand is Grace Raper. How about that? The sophomore, opposite.
Whatever works, Mark. She got that one over. That's all that matters.
And, you know, part of that, too, Greg, is I think the Redmond defender was thinking, I don't know if that thing is going to make it over here. And then she kind of got out of the way and shifted, and then it fell right in. Look at that! Over on the left side. Panthers on fire. That's Roz Gilly, and it's 20-18. Can Snohomish come back from an 8-point deficit at 18-10 to tie this up? They were down 13-4. Pettit, look out. And Snohomish, good job on the back line there by Stern. Again, Panthers, I think, getting in their head a little bit too, Greg. Panthers defensively strong up front. That one's going over on the far side. Up in the air. Look at that. Wow. Roz Gilly. She's making a bid for our STSPN.com player of the game. 20-19. How about this, folks? You better text your neighbors and family and put it here on STSPN.com because this is where the action is tonight. I don't know if I even want to look and see what the Mariners are up to tonight. They're kind of in a win-one, lose-one pattern, so tonight would be lose-one night.
Timeout.
And look at this. We got 20/20 vision. The Panthers have come back from a 18-10 deficit to tie it at 20. And this building is coming to life. 20/20. Here they go. Pettit. That's going and inbounds. Panthers have taken the lead. Lead switching hands for the first time in this set. Panthers lost the first set, 25-18, in a spirited battle. And now, talk about spirited. Wow, they're all over this one. 21-20 on the serve. Set for Pettit. No, they're going the other way. And that one just inbounds. Coming through, Katie Pangborn, Jr. They'll alternate. Going to bring out O'Brien. Back in will be Holman. And serving is Macy Trussell. 21-21. What a set. Set number 2. Panthers trying to tie it. And Panthers keep it alive. So does Redmond. Pettit with a soft touch. Good job over there. Coming through is Graham. High it goes. Oh, on the back line, look at that. But they weren't quite ready up front. It may have gone out of bounds, but you had Raper doing the right thing, Greg, because she didn't know to keep it alive. They just did not have coverage up front. 22-21.
That was a tough one, but so impressed by the Panthers' confidence for a young team battling back tonight.
Look at this, left hand, and that's tough to beat right there with the twin towers of Holman and Pettit. And so Redmond is able to get the point. They've extended it to a 2-point lead now, 23-21, 2 points away from a victory. Can Snohomish thwart the attempt by Redmond? Here it comes. In the air. That one kept alive up towards the net that divides the gym, and that one divides Redmond. It lands on the floor. Nice effort, but not going to happen. Back into the game for Snohomish is Bethany McBrien.
Big side out right there.
McBrien will serve. And again, when you're in the area, Stop by McDaniel's Do-It Center. I'm sure Bethany McBrien has stopped by there and checked out sporting goods from time to time. 23-22. Pettit. Good job on the back line. Excellent fist bump. Look at that. A real smart substitution bringing McBrien in. Oh, that's too bad. It was out. She goes out, and 24-22. So Redmond with the set point on the line right here. I didn't think that girl in socks was going to serve. She's doing a good job as ball girl over there. Like Todd, she has her shoes off. Trust me, you don't want to sit over here, Greg. Wow. Okay, here we go. Schumbard with the serve. Tap. Oh, she got the net, I think. Oh, they're gonna give it to Redmond. I thought that Redmond got the net, but they're gonna give the point to the Mustangs. What an excellent finish on this set number 2. And it is going to go in favor of the Redmond Mustangs. They lead 2-0. And so far this season, they've won 5 sets, all 5 sets that they have played. Mark Aucutt, Greg Sempadian, and Todd Elvig will be back with more. You don't want to go anywhere. This is exciting. Maybe the Panthers will get set number 3 and keep this baby going. It's STSPN.com.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
VideoFide creates the ultimate outdoor protection system on batteries. The OMV is a totally wireless detector camera that can be installed anywhere without wires or power cables. When the motion sensor detects an intruder, the OMV sends video alerts of what caused the alarm to a central station for immediate review and dispatch. VideoFide delivers faster police response and protects remote assets by helping law enforcement catch the bad guy.
Welcome back, 2-0. The lead for the Snohomish Panthers, or the Redmond Mustangs, getting going. The lead for the Snohomish Panthers was 1 point in that second set, 21-20, as they came back from an 18-10 deficit. And look at this now, as Snohomish looking like they got some more confidence out there on the court. Who wouldn't after battling Redmond like that? Redmond 1-0 coming into tonight's action. They beat Lake Washington on last night, 3-0. And so, you know, you look at that too. If they show some fatigue, that might be part of it.
Very proud of how Snohomish has battled. That was a great comeback right there. And for a young team, they've showed some great confidence tonight when they've fallen behind.
This is set number 3. Snohomish will be to our left. Redmond in the other direction. Redmond leading 2-0. I'm Mark Aucutt with Greg Sempadian and Todd Elvig here at Snohomish High School, and a good, very vocal crowd. There's the serve to start us off. And It is going to be last touch over there on the other side by Redmond. Snohomish takes a 1-0 lead. And, the thing is, Greg, in that first set, they built up a 3-1 lead, and then they let it get away as Redmond came back, was able to get it up to 4-3. Then Snohomish tied it at 4, and then Redmond pulled away. Snohomish delivers again over on the right side by the pin.
Yeah, the long Redmond runs have hurt them, but they're battling back. We'll see how this third one starts out.
2-zip is the score. Allison Graham back serving for Snohomish. Off the dig, the set, and Redmond got tight. And it's going to be a point for the Snohomish Panthers. Look at this, Greg. They're up 3-0. You also, in this instance, have to learn how to play with the lead and build that lead more.
You do, definitely. It's always a pivotal one. You never know if one team's going to let down or if the other one is going to battle back or not.
I'm one of those diehard sports fans who likes to see it go long. Well, in this case, it would have to go 5 sets for Snohomish to win. So they'd have to win 3 in a row. I'm good with that. And the kill over on the left side. How about that? Natalie Stern delivering 4-0 Panthers. This is their biggest lead of the night.
They keep playing like they have this first 4 points. It might go 5 tonight, Mark.
Just keep getting it done. That's what their coaching staff is saying. Stay focused. Do what you're doing. Oh, they started to celebrate a little early. Okay, now they can celebrate as Redmond pops it over the top. And, as I mentioned, maybe some fatigue is setting in as Redmond won last night 3-0 over Lake Washington. So they just played within the last 24 hours. Snohomish played in their first match on Tuesday. And they lost to Cedar Park Christian of Bothell 3-0.
Like you said, staying focused is so important right now for Snohomish.
There they go. Good. Up front on the blockage. Left hand. Right there. Creating it, making it happen. Grace Raper. Snohomish up 6-0. Again, don't celebrate too early. You got to stay with it. There's a long ways to go, but it's certainly entertaining for all of us here in the gym. Even the Redmond fans got to be scratching their head going, what's this all about? But see, we have a double hit against Redmond, now 7-0. So this is the biggest lead of the night for the Panthers. Again, you cannot discount what Redmond is capable of doing. They can come back very quickly. It's a veteran team, 7 seniors. Look out. Panthers just need to keep rolling, and that one's in the net to make it 7-1. So again, now, Greg, this is important for Snohomish to settle back and not settle for anything, but get into the right position and make things happen defensively to get that point and get the ball back and serve. Christine Liu, well, that'll help. She doesn't even hit the net. That was a ground ball to the shortstop. 8-1. Panthers up by 7. Got to get 17 more points, so no cakewalk. Back in for Snohomish is Hannah Wolf. Serving will be Stern. I love to watch the different styles of serves that they have. Strong dig. There you go. Snohomish seems to be doing a good job of communicating. That's always important in volleyball. That'll go as a Redmond point. Again, this is a young team for Snohomish, so communication is very important in building that really with each game, sometimes with each set, just getting to know each other better and better with these young players on board. That's going to go on the net. Service error. Charge to Macy Trussell. Panthers up now 9-2. And their biggest lead, 7-1, so, or 7-0, so they've equaled that 7-point advantage.
Snohomish needs to just keep taking advantage of those errors by Redmond.
Panthers kept it alive, so did Redmond, and now Redmond is going to have a miscue up on the net, and that's going to go to the Panthers. Net ball, and it's 10-2, an 8-point lead. Biggest lead of the night for the Panthers. They want to force this to set number 4. First 4 sets go to 25. Fifth set goes to 15. And Redmond buries it in the net again, 11-2. But again, Greg, You can't count your chickens before they're hatched because there's a long ways to go. Teams that like Redmond that had a strong year last year and finished 4th in the playoffs in the district, you got to watch out for them. Wow, they just like disjointed out there.
Yeah, they do.
Double hit, and it's 12-2.
It looks like a different team out there with Elise Pettit out of the match.
Boy, they sure do. Pettit over on the sideline. She's played throughout. I'm a little bit surprised they're leaving her on the bench this long, and they just want to rest her, I guess.
Oh.
That one's going to go off the Snohomish player, out of bounds, and the score is 12-3 now. But Panthers have had a 10-point lead, which, by the way, is the biggest lead for either team in this set and match. Allison Ford will serve. She's had a pretty successful night in that department. Oh, just off the tape and on the floor, 12-4. Again, it's stuff like that where point here, point there. Next thing you know, Redmond's right back there with you. Just over the top. Panthers need to be smart here. Is that it? Well, Redmond had a counter for it. There again, nice recovery by the Panthers. Good job.
Nice.
Right up the middle. That's Grace Raper. Redmond tried to get to it on the pancake, but couldn't get it done, and that goes as a Panthers point. It's 13-4.
Great play also by Roz Gilly at the net. She's done a great job tonight for the Panthers.
Bethany McBrien, who's had a strong arm serving, is into the match now for the Snohomish Panthers and will serve. They're up by 9 points. 12 to go to get to that magic 25 if they can win by 2. Oh, there's an ace. There's an ace. Raper coming through with her first ace, or make that McBrien with her first ace of the night.
That was close. I thought that one might go out of bounds.
Yeah. 10-point lead again for the Panthers. Their second of the night. That one's a little long. It's going to go long for a service error. Now, obviously, it doesn't look like there's a dress code for the end line officials there. the R2 and R1, which referee 1, referee 2. I like saying that. It's kind of Star Wars-like. As it goes into the net, Snohomish point, 15-5. Third time they've led by as much as 10 points. 10 points is what they need to get here for the 25 to win it. Serve. Oop. Yeah, that went off the Snohomish player. Good attempt on the block by Gilly, but it just went off her right arm and hand. Back deep for Redmond will be Kathleen O'Brien. Her spelling on that name, O''Bryon, O'Brien. Well, Greg, I got good news today, and we can share that because I'd like to see a lot of people head down and check this out while they're watching STSPN.com on their mobile app and through YouTube, so you can get 2 birds with 1 stone. That one's knocked out of bounds, last touch by Snohomish. So last night, on Wednesday night, the Everett Aquasox were rained out at Everett Memorial Stadium. They had to readjust the playoffs for the Northwest League first round North Division playoffs as Redmond serves down by 8, 15-7, and keeps it moving around as Pettit. Now over on the right side, Panthers get hands on it. That's going to hit the floor, though. Look at that score. It's 15-8. Redmond trying to creep back in this one. Anyway, so they have game 1 taking place right now. That is over in Spokane. Everett's guaranteed a game, so they had to work something out because if say, Spokane won both games, then there wouldn't be a chance for Everett to host a game. So what happened is that they have moved the game. This is official. They moved the game to Safeco Field, home of the Seattle Mariners. Tom Lafferty, the original longtime public address announcer for the Everett Aquasox since 1984, and a dear friend and also our good co-worker and colleague here on STSPN and Fox Sports 1380. Nice. As Snohomish is going to get the point right there and extend it to 16-8. Well, he's doing football tomorrow night, as are we on STSPN. I was going to go cover the Arlington Lake Stevens game for Fox Sports 1380, but my assignment has been switched. So I'm going to be doing public address for the game at Safeco Field tomorrow between the Everett Aquasox and the Spokane Indians. Oh, darn. I can't wait, but I'm loving this right now.
That's
and
great.
Snohomish builds up a 9-point lead at 17-8. Panthers with their server being Gilly. This is action on STSPN.com. So I'm looking forward to that. How could I not be? I've done about 60 games at Safeco Field, state high school championships, a Mariners annual tournament they used to have for high school players, and then senior baseball league and some high school regular season stuff. But I've never done a pro game there. And so I'm very much looking forward to it.
Congratulations. That's a great honor, and you deserve it.
And I'll tell you this, too. There's going to be an ace. That's an ace, and that's the place right there. Ross Gilly coming through, and that's going to extend it to 19-8. 11-point lead. Redmond with the timeout. The Panthers trying to get the set win in set number 3, losing the first set 25-18, the second set 25-22. Can they force this to set number 4? We'll find out shortly as we take a break here on STSPN.com.
VideoFide creates the ultimate outdoor protection system on batteries. The OMV is a totally wireless detector camera that can be installed anywhere without wires or power cables. When the motion sensor detects an intruder, the OMV sends video alerts of what caused the alarm to a central station for immediate review and dispatch. VideoFide delivers faster police response and protects remote assets by helping law enforcement catch the bad guy.
We're legal. We are live and legal here on STSPN.com. I say legal because we just got our new press credentials, our media credentials here for STSPN.com, and Todd Elvig, our director of pretty much everything and CEO of the company, has outdone himself this year. These are beautiful. You just see, you got your picture, and we got it to him, and now you're all set.
Best credential I've ever seen.
Panthers get the point. They lead at 20-8. They're looking really good. What do you think of this? That turned out perfectly. Even with our faces in it, it looks good.
First class, just like STSPN.
20-8, 12-point lead for the Panthers, their biggest of the set and match. They lost the first 2, trying to keep this thing going. There you go. That one is going to be Redmond controlling. That's an easy ball to get after, but Snohomish doesn't handle it right. Didn't mean to jinx him, but Claire Turner misplayed that ball as it goes out of bounds. Substitutions back in for Redmond will be Natalia Schumbard. 20-9 is the score. You know, I like this media pass so much. It's one of those things I'm going to sleep with tonight. I'm going to hug it with my teddy bear. That's how great it is. But again, Todd's got a background in graphic arts, and boy, does he do some great stuff. And I'm not saying that just because he's sitting 3 feet to my right. Panthers get the point, 21-9. They're up by 12. Panthers make the substitution. In, Allison Graham. Out, Claire Turner. Also coming in for the Panthers will be Grace Raper, and out is Bethany McBrien. Serving is Graham. Up 21-9. Here we go. Out of bounds it goes. Point, Panthers, 22-9. 13-point lead. Biggest lead of the match at 13 points. And, you know, Greg, I really think that Redmond has done about everything at this point now but hoisting and raising the white flag. You could take another timeout. They might, but it looks like it's going to be Snohomish's set. I mean, I'd be amazed if they lost this. It could happen. There's a ball going out of bounds. They just have 3 points to go. Don't want to jinx them, but I'd say it looks pretty good for them. Christine Liu back to serve. Oh, that was a little bit deceiving for Redmond. They had to adjust at the very last second. That's 2 hits to 23-10. 13-point lead.
Yeah, it would be quite a comeback if they came back on this one, but anything can happen in sports. You know that, Mark.
23-10 the score. Here comes the serve. Into the net, and that'll be a Redmond point. Redmond serving. Macy Trussell down by 12.
Nice play there by Snohomish.
Fun to just watch great volleyball action with a long rally like that. Into the net, 24-11. Now these fans should get up on their feet. This is for set number 3. Just a critique as a public address announcer. This is where you want to get them up on your feet.
You do, I agree. That gets me fired up. I wish they'd stand up here.
24-11. That one high in the sky. Look at that. It was a nice effort back there by Grace Raper. And just a little hard to handle up front. Still a 24-12 lead as the Panthers 1 point away from the set. A couple of substitutions in for Redmond, Allison Ford and also Emma Thomas. Ford will serve. Here we go. Panthers strong up front. So is Redmond. Oh, look at the Panthers recover, but we're going to have the 2 hit. I don't know, Greg. That's on the border right there, I think. Ford ready to go again. 24-13. Snohomish's biggest lead has been 13 points in this set and in the evening. Lost the first 2. Can they get it done here? That's going to go out of bounds. Down to a 10-point lead now. You like having that cushion, but Greg, 2 things at play here. 1, you want to get this win as soon as you can and keep those legs fresh. 2, you want to keep the momentum going so that you're able to carry it forward to the next set.
Exactly. You want to keep
pick up
fired
bad
up.
habits.
Definitely.
Down it goes, and a great save on the back line by Lou. Redmond fighting for their collective lives here. Strong, and again on the back line is Lou. What a great job. Out of bounds it goes. Panthers with the point, and the Panthers win set number 3, 25-14. How about that? As we'll take a break and go to set number 4. Panthers have a chance to tie it up at 2 sets apiece with strong momentum in their direction and favor going to set number 4. You'll want to stay with us. Don't you dare go anywhere. Let everybody know where the action is. Where the action is STSPN.com tonight and all season long.
That was beautiful. It's basically, yeah, it's great.
VideoFide creates the ultimate outdoor protection system on batteries. The OMV is a totally wireless detector camera that can be installed anywhere without wires or power cables. When the motion sensor detects an intruder, the OMV sends video alerts of what caused the alarm to a central station for immediate review and dispatch. VideoFide delivers faster police response and protects remote assets by helping law enforcement catch the bad guy.
We're getting set for set number 4, and the Snohomish Panthers just came back and won set number 3, 25-14. They were on the brink of extinction, and they came back and with a vengeance built up a 7-0 lead and never looked back at one point, and actually 3 points, building up their lead to 13 points, and eventually win it going away 25-14. So they lost the first 2 sets here to Redmond, 25-18, 25-22. And now we have set number 4 coming up. It's STSPN.com. I'm Mark Aucutt with Greg Sempadian and Todd Elvig. Want to have a special shout-out to Susan Elvig, one of the truly great women in Snohomish County. I mean, you'd have to be married to him. I did. I'm just kidding. No, he didn't get it. No, but honestly, he's out doing this 6, sometimes 7 days a week when we get into the season. I know they spend a lot of quality time together at their mountain retreat in Winthrop in the summertime. But when they get back to action here, it's all sports, and she does a great job of letting us have Todd to be able to do this. Thank you, Susan. And also, if we can get you to make some more of those cool sandwiches like you made last year during basketball, we'll collectively sign a thank you card for you and possibly send roses. Greg, I'm having a blast tonight.
You should definitely have your own comedy show also.
Well, I'm feeling good tonight. I'll tell you what. It's our 3rd game in the last 6 days, and it's just a lot of fun. It's great to be back doing these games. What can I say? Whether it be soccer, volleyball, football this time of year, we love being a part of it. And you can catch us all year long on STSPN.com tomorrow night. High school football right behind us at Snohomish's Veterans Memorial Stadium. 7 o'clock, it's the Snohomish Panthers and the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Now, Greg, let's focus on what's going on here. Redmond ready to go as they lead 2-1. Can Snohomish keep that good run going? There's a strong one off the left pin. Look at this. Panthers getting after it, but they ran into the net over there. You got to watch out for that. And they're certainly an excited bunch.
Very proud of Snohomish, how they battled back in that one, Mark. You know, when you're down 2-0 and you're a young team, just really, they dug down deep, had a lot of confidence, and battled back and dominated that last match. And let's see how they do in this 4th one.
There you go. On the right side, I could see that setting up. An excellent job by Katie Pangborn and giving Redmond a 2-0 lead. Checking in on one of our great sponsors, Champion Security Solutions, goes beyond. I mean, they really do go beyond simply installing alarm systems. They pride themselves in their ability to design and build from the ground up state-of-the-art verified video alarm systems, as Redmond gets a point, custom suited for your needs. That is Champion Security Solutions. They've been protecting families and businesses for over 20 years. They know what they're doing. They're the champions in the area for security solutions. Visit them online at championsecurity-solutions.com. Pettit. Oh, Snohomish batting it back. Greg, I know you've seen through your college and high school career, you've seen a lot of great volleyball in your time. 20 years alone at working for USF, University of San Francisco in Seattle, as Redmond increases their lead to 4-0.
They're definitely a different team with Elise Pettit in the match, Mark.
Redmond ready to go. Chambard high in the air with the serve. Graham, left side they go. Redmond trying, can't make it happen. Good effort on the dive that time by Kathleen O'Brien. And that goes as a Snohomish point. It's 4-1, so that it ends the 4-0 start. Quick start for Redmond. Back in for Snohomish, where number 13, Isabel Straley, and she is a junior, saw a lot of action early on. Her legs should be pretty fresh. We haven't seen her a lot here in the recent time, so we'll see the help that she can help Snohomish out. Redmond gets the kill and the point, and Snohomish is going to have to tighten up. You don't want to burn a timeout early, but they're going to have to get on the same page here as they've allowed Redmond to get up 5-1. Shelby Bowman, outside hitter, junior, will serve now. Mustangs out of Kinko 3A. That one's just out of bounds, 5-2. Also, Action Jackson Plumbing, family-owned, licensed, bonded, and insured. LBI, licensed, bonded, and insured. They do a great job. And they also offer 24-hour emergency service. Not everybody does that. Visit them online at actionjacksonplumbing.com. That's into the net and a point for the Panthers, 5-3. Back to serve will be Raper.
Let's see if they can get right back in this match like they were in the last one, Mark. They need this point.
Well, if they proved anything, they've shown that they can hang with Redmond and beat them just like that. Off the right side, coming through for the Panthers was Grace Raper. 5-4. Panthers a point away from tying it. This match has been tied about 4 times, and the Panthers have not been in a tie with Redmond until now. They just got it done. Not tied until in this set until just now. And serving. Panthers ready to go. 5-5. Into the net. Redmond point.
That was a tough one right there. It's great to see a lot of the JV players here supporting both teams tonight, Mark, on both sides of the net.
Yeah, it really is. And for Redmond, they kind of have to because they got to ride in the same bus back. that one goes out of bounds.
That's a very good point right
Will
there.
be a service error and a point for the Panthers at 6-6 now, and we're tied for the second time. Now, the Snohomish Panthers JV players, there's a number of them around here too. But they could cut out early if they wanted to, I suppose, and do a little studying. But you love that team support.
I have to be honest, I saw a couple of the Redmond players doing homework in the lobby by the concession stand.
Good to hear.
Great to see them working on their academics with school just starting.
Redmond gets the big one up front. Holman and Pettit securing the front line, and they're a tough tandem to deal with. Both tall girls and with excellent volleyball and athletic ability. Redmond will serve back in for them. Allison Ford, she is the senior.
Big point right here to see what happens for Snohomish if they can tie this up tonight. Right
Service
there.
error. Tied again. It is 7-7. Oh, I'd love to see this one go right down to the wire. Snohomish wants to force it to set number 5. You got to take it 1 point at a time. Up they go. Oh, that's a tough break right there. She put a lot of velocity on it, and that's the thing, Greg. A lot of times in this game, you can get to it to try to defend it on the back line, but if that ball's coming in really quick, you got to hit it just right, or it's going to deflect off you and go behind you.
Yeah,
It's going to serve.
These kids are so athletic. Some of the plays they make are just incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing. Getting to see the Huskies as much as I have her Pac-12 competition, it just astounds me some of the stuff they can do. That one flies out of bounds, and it's going to be Gilly. 9-7.
Pettit with the serve again tonight.
Serve coming up. Into the net. That's Pettit. Makes an error. Every little bit helps. Back for Snohomish, serving is Gilly. Redmond ready to go as they took the serve that time. Good job on the back line for Snohomish. That's coming through that time was Flock. Redmond ready to go. And up front. 9-8. And on the left side for Snohomish, Natalie Stern ties it up. 9-9. Looking divine for the Panthers. Panthers to serve, chance to take the lead. If they take the lead, it would be their first lead here in set number 4. Oh, just into the net. Tough break. Ready to go is O'Brien. Back deep. Takes a run with a floating serve. And there's different ways you can do that float serve.
Yeah.
One of the things you want to do, Greg, I know you know this, is to get the torque on that and the spin on it, top spin, so it spins to the left if you're a right-handed server and towards the floor. Make it very difficult for the other side to defend it. 10-10 is our score. Tied once again. What a great match we have tonight. Serving for Snohomish, Allison Graham just in. Here it comes. And that time, plenty on it and enough on it for Trussell. She gets the kill and the point for Redmond, 11-10. You have to win by 2. Coming in for Redmond will be Katie Pangborn and also Natalia Schumbard. Schumbard will serve. 11-10, Redmond up on top. This is Mark Aucutt with Greg Sempadian and Todd Elvig here in a very exciting evening at Snohomish High School on STSPN.com. And again, if you love what we're doing, let your athletic director know because we want to keep doing more of it. That one's going to hit the floor. Some misdirection and miscommunication down there. It just didn't work out, and it's tied up once again as we are tied for the 5th time. Make that 6th time. Snohomish will serve.
This is quite a battle if they get this one, if it goes into 5, like you mentioned earlier.
Serving is Stern. That time, player just came in a couple of minutes ago, Pangborn the junior, able to kill it and drill it. Not like Ted Nugent, kill it and grill it, but she gets it done. Serving will be Shelby Bowman. Yeah, hunting season's just around the corner, too. Probably get some equipment at McDaniel's Stewart Center, too. They got all kinds of stuff there. Look at that! Look at that! Look how excited Snohomish is, Greg. And they should be. Isabel Straley will come through with the kill. We are tied at 12. That is the 7th time we've been tied, and it's been back and forth, point for point. Gotta love it.
This is intense tonight. I love this.
In the net, Snohomish is going to take the lead for the first time in set number 4. And it's been so fun throughout this set, and it is the 2nd set of the season for Snohomish, just to watch their confidence build throughout this here this evening. Very exciting. And on the other side, Redmond has had some confidence issues. Oh, tough break right there. Set up again by Pettit. You know, and the thing, too, with Pettit and players like her that are that good, that are that tall, she just puts a fear in players that they sometimes don't get in the right position because they're not sure what she's going to do with that ball. That's in the net, and it's 14-13. Are you having fun tonight?
I'm having a blast. I love volleyball, and I love the intensity and how they battled back, and this is going to be a nail biter going into the 5th one if they can get this one.
Tell you what, you need something great to eat. Want a beverage, an ice cold beverage? Head by Fred's Rivertown Ale House after tonight's match and have a great time over there. The gang at Fred's Rivertown Ale House will take good care of you. They are a Snohomish institution at 1114 First Street right here in Snohomish. Thank you, Fred's Rivertown Ale House, and all of our sponsors for being a part of STSPN.com. It's tied at 14. Greg, we're tied now for the 9th time. It's just been that way since it was 6-6. And now Snohomish will take the lead again. 15-14.
It's going to be tough to pick a player of the match tonight, Mark. We got to start thinking about that.
That's a TBD right there, to be determined, because we don't know where this is going. Look at that!
Oh!
She got the top of the net on the tape, and it was tough for Redmond to recover as Streley gets it done, and Snohomish up 15-14. Oh, Redmond baffled.
Here they come.
Snohomish with a 2-point lead. Panthers on the prowl. 16-14. And you can just feel the energy coming off this team. Remember, player of the game interview will come up afterwards. That one's tapped into the net. Emma Thomas can't get it done. And Snohomish up 17-14. Timeout, Redmond Mustangs. And the Snohomish fans very, very happy with what they're seeing out there. Yeah, they finally got, I thought it was another point. It's actually 18-14. 18-14. They did get one up for a little bit, and now it's 18-14. Redmond with the timeout. We'll be back with more here on STSPN.com. 18-14 is our score. Snohomish has come from behind. They have scored 5 consecutive points to take a 4-point lead. And that was going to be deflected off a Snohomish player. Redmond led 4-0 before Snohomish got on the board. So both teams' biggest lead has been 4 points in this set. And coming in for the Snohomish Panthers will be Flock. That's Maddie Flock. Serve on the way from Pettit, the Dartmouth-bound 2015 Kinko 3A Player of the Year. Oops. Net violation against the Panthers. And one of the things on the volleyball is that the referee number 1 waits for that call from the official on the floor. Referee number 2, I mean, they blow the whistle. The referee number 2, that's what they're assigned to do. And then it's confirmed by referee number 1. Here comes the serve. A little long. Oh! Just got in. And that's where, again, you got to play it when it's that close. 18-17.
Tough call right there.
Panthers, and we'll take a timeout too. Again, I want to thank all our sponsors: Champion Security Solutions, Action Jackson Plumbing, McDaniel's Do-It Center, Fred's Rivertown Ale House. We'll be back with more exciting action here from Snohomish High School, home of the Panthers, right after this. Thanks for being with us on STSPN.com. A reminder, we will broadcast live coming up tomorrow night, 7 o'clock from Veterans Memorial Stadium. And that will feature the Glacier Peak Grizzlies and the Snohomish Panthers. Glacier Peak will be the home team in that crosstown rival. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Big crowd. If you're coming to the game, get there early. 18-17. Snohomish up by 1 point. Redmond on a 3-0 run. There it goes, and Redmond defending properly. That one's going to go out of bounds. On the setup, off the dig, Panthers get the point. Panthers know they cannot let up, Greg. Back to serve will be Roz Gilly. 19-17. Here it comes. Oh, so close, into the net. Again, you got to be really careful. You can't be too fancy on this. If anything, be fancy to the side of going a little bit long. You got to get that ball over the net. And percentage-wise, you probably have more chance if you go a little higher than going lower because you got some floor to work with back there.
That's so heartbreaking when that happens on such an important point.
You get so close. Look at this. Good set. Good kill. Oh, my goodness. That's Margaret Thunsell pounding it.
Great effort by
a lot of Margarets are called Peg, and Peg definitely pegging it that time as she drilled it for the kill. 20-18. That's a nice serve right there from Graham. Look at that block by Snohomish. Great defense. Oh, that was a tough one because the block was decent, but they couldn't quite get all of it. Then it reversed back, and the Panthers could not get to the ball to get that hit in. Back in for Redmond, a couple of good players, Katie Pangborn and also Natalia Shumbard. Shumbard does a solid job of serving, and she's going to get back on the line. 20-19.
Pivotal point. Snohomish doesn't want them to tie this up.
Driving it for the kill off the right side, Natalie Stern. Snohomish back up to a 2-point lead, and they got to make a run for it here as Streley will come back in. She's going to replace Flock. 2-point lead for the Panthers, losing the first 2 sets, 25-18 and 25-22. Won set number 3, 25-14 to force this 4th set, and now a 2-point lead in set number 4. Mustangs setting up. Panthers going to have a tough time with that one. And it goes out of bounds. As you get closer to 25, you got to really be careful. Shelby Bowman will serve. Home of the Panthers, Snohomish High School gym. Good set. And a nice defensive play. There was Pettit right up front with Macy Trussell to knock it down and tied up for the 10th time. But Snohomish had an 18-14 lead, scoring 5 straight points. And now Redmond coming back, outscoring them 7-3. Here it comes. Oh, tough break there. She'll get the ace on that one. And Redmond taking the lead. It flip-flops back and forth. Lead switches hands. Snohomish needs a timeout. They'll take a timeout. Down 22-21. They got to get refocused Redmond on an 8-3 run, and we'll take a break here on STSPN.com, your home for all things sports in Snohomish County. So looking down below, see longtime coach and athletic director for Snohomish High School, Mark Perry, down below. Know Mark about 20 years, great guy. He's the athletic director at Snohomish, and Mark Albertine, who used to be the athletic director here and girls basketball coach, is over at the other school in the district, Glacier Peak. Redmond serving. Panthers with the ball. Cranking it on the left side. Up high in the air. There goes a nice return. Look out for Pettit. And Panthers get on the ball, but it went out of bounds. Last touch by Snohomish. They're happy they were able to get hands on it, but they touched it out of bounds. Or did they give them no. They gave the wrong point up there on the scoreboard. It should be 23-21. They show 22-22. Now they get it fixed. And that's one of the things as an announcer I can say you have to be careful of is you don't jump the gun because it's easy to do. Of wanting to call that point out before it's official. And the captain came over and asked about it, but they're going to stick with it. 23-21. Redmond 2 points away from winning this. That's out of bounds, but just barely. Snohomish gets a break on that. I think it was clearly out of bounds, Greg, but by only maybe an inch and a half.
So intense right now. This crowd's fired up.
23-22.
Oh.
Pettit letting the play dictate what you're seeing out there on TV. 24-22. A 2-point lead, and it's set and match point time for the Redmond Mustangs. Here they go. Macy Trussell. Serve in the air. See if Snohomish can stay alive. Do or die time. Make it happen. Dig it over there. There it is. Up again. And the kill and victory for Redmond. Driving it home for the clincher, Maya Holman. And Redmond wins the fourth and what turns out to be final set, 25-22. Now, we need to pick a player of the game. So let's check and see. Let's take a break. We'll take a break and then come back with our selection of the player of the game. Final score, Redmond 25, Snohomish 22 in set number 4. They win it 3-1 here on STSPN.com. More on the way. Okay. Does it have to be Snohomish player? Or can be? Okay. Oh, it has to be. Okay, so what do you think, Pettit? What are you going to do for interview here? Okay. All right. So I guess I do it on my own. So I just need it. I'll do it. I'll do the interview. And then, because I'd like to have him on too, but we need to get number one.
Get her up here.
Yeah, number 1.
Clogged drain?
We'll have a t-shirt
Other
for
plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service.
Okay.
Owned
Battery
by a
that one up.
lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad,
I don't leave batteries in
Action
them.
Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call
we're gonna need space for this too, Todd.
425-877-5601
You don't have an outlet spot unless you
or
can move
visit
something.
actionjacksonplumbing.com.
You want her to come up here, Mark? Or put this here?
Yes, we need to have her come up. No, don't. Yeah, go ahead and give her that. That's fine. Have her put. No. Here, I didn't mean to yell. It's just.
No, I yelled.
I got to do it sometimes, and it's nothing personal. It's like, Go get number one when there is. Number one. I need a quarter inch to quarter inch. Okay. Got it. We're good. Tape. If it's handy. Got any duct tape? Tell me. Yeah, right there. Hey, congratulations. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here on STSPN.com. Mark Aucutt, Greg Simpadian, and Todd Elvig bringing you the action of what turned out to be a very exciting volleyball match here tonight. The Redmond Mustangs defeating the Snohomish Panthers 3-1. And for Redmond, they got off to a 2-0 lead in this. And then Snohomish came back one set, number 3, 25-14. And then Redmond, in an incredibly tight, hard-fought battle in set number 4, won it 25-22, and they win 3-1. We have with us now our STSPN.com player of the game, 6'1" senior and 2015 Kinko Most Valuable Player, Elise Pettit. Elise, thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Great to have you here, and you are really a fun player to watch.
Thank
you do a lot of things well. Are you familiar with Krista Van Sant of the Huskies?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Hold that a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. I see some similarities here. I know it's high praise because Krista is a 2-time Honda Player of the Year,
Yeah.
and I announced public address for the Huskies. I love the way you play because you do a lot of things well all over the court.
Thank you.
I mean, that's complete play, and that's how she is. I'm sure you've seen her there at, in Seattle many a times. So tell us about how you got to this point. Obviously, you've got the height at 6'1", but that's not all it takes to be a great volleyball player. You really have a complete game.
Right. Well, it took lots of practice. I spent lots of time in the gym. I started playing competitively my freshman year on our high school team, actually, for junior varsity. And then I went to Sudden Impact Volleyball Club. And I just spent a lot of time in the gym there. I've had great coaches and just people who encouraged me to complete my game in all aspects of that. So that's how I've got to this point.
I love to see it when a player has that complete game because you're able to play up front in the various spots there on the outside and then on the back row and then the strong with the serve too, which, you know, that keeps you in the action too throughout the night. And Greg, do you have something you'd like to input there?
Just very excited to watch you play. You're a tremendous player, and I'm excited we have a little connection on where you're going to college. If you want to tell the fans about that tonight and where you're committed to go play next year.
Yeah, I've committed to Dartmouth College to play there for fall of 2017, and I'm very, very excited.
And he knows your coach.
Yeah.
That's amazing. We have the connection. I was at the University of San Francisco when he coached there, and he's at Dartmouth for the first time this year. And
yeah, he's a great coach.
I'm going to write him and tell him how lucky he is to have you come into play for him. Definitely.
Well, let's stay on that topic, and I got a couple other questions for you too. But how did it come to be that you are going to Dartmouth? We talking about academics here too?
Yeah, so I've always been interested in a really high academic school. Like lots of people are like, "Oh, you just go for a scholarship," but it's not really,
Yeah.
I want to go to school. I don't want to just play volleyball. And so I was looking at Ivy Leagues, and I had this connection. I was being recruited at USF and also at Dartmouth, and then the Dartmouth coach left, and Coach Durong came in, and he just started recruiting me, and he eventually gave me an offer. He thinks I have the right mix of academics and volleyball skill to play there, which is really awesome. That he thinks that.
It really is. What do you like from an academic standpoint? What area do you think you might focus in for studies?
I'm thinking biology, or we have a cognitive sciences major or something like that I could do. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do yet, but the great thing about Dartmouth is that they have so many options and so many pathways that I can modify what I want to do, and I'm really excited about that.
I went to WSU, majored in broadcasting and business. They wouldn't even let me walk by the biology and sciences building. They said, no, not you. You couldn't even enter a class here. Let's go back and talk about the match tonight. Your team built up a 25 or a 2-0 lead. And Snohomish was able to, whenever you build a lead, was able to come back and hang with you, and then you closed. But then in set number 3, things went a different direction. Can you break that down for us?
Right. I think for the first 2 sets, we came out really strong. We had just won 3-0 against LW yesterday. And then I think we just kind of let that get to our head, and they started picking up their intensity. They're a good team, and I think we kind of underestimated them in that set. And so we just kind of let ourselves down. We didn't miss a lot of serves. We didn't pass very well. We didn't execute on our hits. And so that's kind of how that fell apart there. But we were able to come back in the 4th set.
And Snohomish, to their credit, were down 4-0. You guys got off to a good start in that 4th set, and then they came back, and eventually it was tied 6-6, and then it was every other point was tied, which from our standpoint, from the fan standpoint, maybe not so much from your guys' standpoint because you want to pull away and win. It was very exciting to watch and call.
Yeah.
And then you got rolling again, and we're down 18-14, but then if you could go through that final set as to being down 18-14 and then suddenly outscore them 8-3.
Right. Well, we came that time out, I think it was 18-14 or somewhere around there.
Yep.
And we just got really pumped. Like, we noticed that our energy had been dipping. We hadn't really been playing as a team. We kind of do this thing where we draw into each other and don't really connect as a team. And that's essential in volleyball. And so I think we kind of realized that we need to do that, and we talked about it in the timeout, and we talked about executing, and kind of came up with a strategy, and we came out there with some fire, and it was really great because I know our team last year, we would never have done that. We would have gone to a 5th set and probably lost.
Yeah.
And so it was so good to just see that we have that ability to come together and to finish a game.
That's great. Your head coach is Richard Aucutt, and he was saying that your team won 7 games last year but did pretty well in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And you look at your team, and now, as we mentioned, everybody except one is listed at 6 feet, except Maya Holman is listed at 5 feet, and we know she's not 5 feet. She's about the same height as you. She's 6'1" also?
Yeah.
You two play well together up front.
Yeah, she's a sophomore, and she came up from C team on our program, and she just really dedicated herself to getting better. And I'm really proud of the way that she has just risen to the occasion. She's a little shy, a little introverted, but I think she's really going to turn into a really good player.
That sounds great. Well, congratulations on winning the shirt, and it's presented by Adrenaline Fundraising and also Champion Security Solutions, McDaniels Do-It Center, some of our great sponsors. Wear it with pride on campus tomorrow. It's a tradition when we give those out. Usually the player of the game will wear it the next day, and you're going, I even got one on here from some of our other stuff. So way to go. We'll keep track of how you do at Dartmouth, and part of the fun of broadcasting non-league games or non-conference games is getting to see players from the area. And I'm telling you, I hope you win the MVP again this year. Go for it. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
that is really
me.
great that you came up and joined us. Elise Pettit, thank you so much. And we'll see you down the road.
Yeah, thank
We'll see you in the NCAA tournament someday.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll be coming up against the Huskies one of these years. That is Elise Pettit. She is a delight and a senior at 6'1", and we congratulate her again on winning our player of the game tonight on STSPN.com. And we are going to wrap things up. Again, the final score, Redmond from Kinko 3A coming up with a 3-1 victory over Snohomish. But I'll tell you what, it got closer than it may sound at 3-1. This one almost got to 5 sets as we give the Snohomish Panthers, their coaching staff, and just their resiliency a lot of credit for coming back. They're going to win some games this year. They're young. but they keep getting better. Now, I do want to say, coming up for the Panthers, they will be playing on Saturday, which is just 2 days from now, at the Sterling Volleyball Classic, hosted by Auburn Mountain View. That starts at 9 a.m. at Auburn Mountain View High School, so please check that out. And then they will be back on the air right here on STSPN on Tuesday of next week against Mount Lake Terrace. That starts at 7 o'clock. We're going to do a volleyball game from Jackson again. I'm thinking about that already, Greg and I, on September 19th, as long as your agent allows you to be here. Tomorrow night, don't lose track of this one, folks. Coming up, tomorrow is the big one in high school football, right behind us at Veterans Memorial Stadium, and it features the Snohomish Panthers against the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. We got the action starting for you at 7 o'clock. Greg, just one last thing. You want to say anything before the end, even if you think Todd looks good in the T-shirt? That's fine.
Tremendous night, Mark. It was an intense match. It was great to be here to watch the teams play. Tremendous to talk to players like Elise Pettit. That's what high school and college athletics is all about, these tremendous student athletes, and we're proud to broadcast all their matches and games. Looking forward to a great year on STSPN.
Absolutely tremendous. There you go. So thanks to Todd Elbig, Greg Sempadian. I'm Mark Aucutt. And again, tune in tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Once again, remember, winning is for tonight. Sportsmanship is for a lifetime. Redmond wins it 3-1. And we got more coming your way all season long here on STSPN.com. Your home for the top-notch high school sports and college sports in Snohomish County and the world. Stay with us all season long. Take care, everybody.